Okay, welcome everybody to day one training of a 3-day mini series that we have planned for you guys. If you guys don't know me, I am DaMarkus Milner. I co-own Cloud9 Luxury Spa, and I also own a in-house digital marketing agency where I help our spa and tons of other spas, cryo spas out there grow and scale their business using things that we actually use in our spa, things that actually work. Okay. And so what we're going to do over the next 3 days is pretty much just go over 3 things so what I did was I put together a survey and I said, hey, you guys, if you could take away anything from this 3-day course, what would you want to learn and why? And so what I've done is I compiled a huge list of about 30 or 40 different answers, and I've taken the top 3 answers and I built a 3-day mini course surrounding this. Okay, so today it's me. I know it's probably not who you guys were expecting. You may have been expecting Kayla. Kayla's actually going to jump on tomorrow and run tomorrow's training, and then Wednesday's call. It'll probably be the both of us. Okay, so is the limitless cryo spa? Great question. It's probably something you guys have all been asking. What it is it's the first of its kind, you guys. So it doesn't exist. So the fact that you're here now means you are going to be our guinea pigs, our beta users. And what we're going to try and do, if you guys have questions, if you guys have questions, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. But while I'm presenting, just for the sake of the replay, can we go ahead and mute your mics? Because there is somewhat of a background noise. I'd appreciate that. So what the limitless cryo spa is when we first started our spa, like when we got into this thing, we had no idea what we were doing. I mean, we were brand new to entrepreneurship alone, let alone jumping into an industry where there was just not a lot of trainings and coaches and guides and mentors, or we didn't have a coaching program to get into. So we had to figure it all out ourselves. Okay. And it cost a lot of money and a lot of time for us to figure out things that actually do work in a cryo spa. And so what we've decided to do was put all the things that work inside of a Kajabi content portal. And what we're trying to do is build something that will allow somebody who's brand new to the space, or even somebody who may have already been in the space, but just needs that next level of advanced training to take their business to the next level. We're going to try and provide that. And what we really want to do is just build a community of like-minded cryo spa owners so that we can come together as a mastermind and just get better at what we do. Okay, so that is kind of like the basic overview of the limitless cryo spa. Over the next 3 days, we're just going to give you the top 3 giveaways that people really want to know. And then at Thursday is actually going to be our live call with me and Kayla. And we're going to be going much more in depth about what this program actually is going to involve and how you can get access to the online content portal that we have spent the last, 5 or 6 months or something like that, uploading as much training documents and training videos on how to really take your training to the next level. Okay, so that's where we are. A little bit about myself. When we jumped into the cryo spa space, I just left a corporate job, and Kayla and I, again, we jumped into entrepreneurship together. She's my fiance, my business partner, and she was like, "I want to open up a spa," and I'm like, "You're crazy! You're absolutely nuts. We don't know anything about owning a business, let alone a spa." And she was like, "We'll figure it out." I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." So fast forward to today, almost 3 years ago. Actually, it was a little over 2 years ago. And we opened up our Cloud9 Luxury Spa December of 2019, and very small space. We opened up in a very small space, and we've kind of grown. We have multiple locations, multiple employees, multiple T-Shock units. We do on average about anywhere between like $50,000 and $70,000 per month in revenue. Okay, so that's who I am. And without further ado, I kind of want to go ahead and just get started with this quick training. Okay, so today what we're going to be talking about is, it's a training that I put together that once we implemented this training, you guys, it allowed us to scale pretty quickly. Okay, so when we first got into this industry, we had no idea how to sell it, or even like how to talk to people about it. It was such a new concept for us as a business, and it was in our area. It was a new concept to a lot of people, a lot of our clients that we were talking to. cryo body sculpting was a new concept, right? But once we learned this one technique called the one sentence persuasion technique, which I'm going to show you what it consists of, you're going to be able to easily and effectively sell more of your products and services to your clients without it being like awkward. Okay. For us, when we first got into it, it was very awkward to talk to people about what a package is and what it can do for your body. And when you understand the scientific, psychological triggers of what it takes to actually get somebody who is struggling with maybe some, post-mom belly fat or some, double chin or some areas on the back of their leg that, has cellulite or something like that. Once you can understand the psychological triggers that get people to tick, you're going to have a massive amount of success. I know some of you guys on this call right now actually are clients of ours and who have kind of seen this before, have gone through this training before. So if it's review material for you, that's awesome. You're only going to get better and better and better. But what we're going to do is break this down, because this right here, right, this is what allowed us to go from, $30,000 months to having $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 per month. Okay. And as business owners, yeah, I know it's not all about the money, but we are business owners, and we got into business for mainly two reasons. Is what I found. It's for the time and the financial freedom, and to make an impact in people's lives, obviously. But we're not running nonprofit businesses here. We're running a business where we want to keep overhead low, margins high, so that we can really scale this thing to the moon. Okay. And so this one sentence persuasion technique is something that I actually learned from one of my business coaches. I was like, man, like, we are having a really hard time. We didn't have a hard time getting people into the doors because of our marketing. Like, new clients were coming in, that was all fine and dandy. We had a hard time getting them upsold into packages or cross-sold into other services. And so we implemented this thing, and it really allowed us to scale pretty quickly. Okay, so why is it important? Well, this is me and Kayla, and when we first started, we had no idea what we were doing. Just her and me and our team, and we were trying to figure everything out on our own. Okay. I remember Kayla coming home one day, and she was just like, how do I teach our staff to be able to sell more packages, or how do I teach my staff to sell more product in retail? And so we were researching. Like, we would spend hours. You can see us here on our laptops. This is in our home during Christmas last year, and we were just like trying to find all this like research on what we can actually do to help train our staff to be able to be more successful. Because what we found was, although Kayla is very good at doing what I'm getting ready to teach you or show you, it's not something that is natural for people to do. Okay, so once we figured this piece out, again, we were actually able to teach it to our team, and it allowed us to go from 30K months up to 90K months. It's a crazy. Okay, so here are the step-by-step instructions on how you can easily sell more of your products and your services, including packages and memberships, so you can scale quickly. Okay, and it's all based on a thing called the one sentence persuasion technique. All right, so it's real simple, very, very simple. Okay, when you can encourage somebody's dreams, okay, justify their failures, allay their fears, confirm their suspicions, and able to throw rocks at their enemies. When you can effectively do this with somebody, with a client, a customer, they have no choice but to buy. Okay, they feel silly. It seems unlogical to walk away from a conversation after going through this one sentence persuasion technique. It seems unlogical for you to not purchase whatever is being offered. Okay, so why is that? Well, this right here is not something that is just known in this industry. This is something that, when you look at effective sales techniques across the entire business world, people in all different industries, all different spaces, use this structure to be able to grow and scale their business. Okay, you can have the best team, you could have the best machine, you can get the best results, right? Which is what we're going to obviously teach you later on, as how to get amazing results. But if you know how to do all those things, but you fail at doing this one concept, your business is not going to sustain. You'll get some impulse buyers, and you'll get people who come in who just like are hypersensitive and want it right now. But the majority of people who come to your doors, through your business's doors, they need to be taken through this process of going through this one sentence persuasion technique. Okay, so for an example, right, encouraging somebody's dreams. So when you think about this industry as a whole, let's just take the ICA, or what I call an ideal client avatar. Let's take that person, right? And let's understand what their thought process is when it goes to buying or purchasing or committing to a lifestyle that they may not know even existed. Okay. So encouraging their dreams, right? So everybody who comes into our school to get cryo body contouring at some point in time has a vision or has an idea or has a thought where they want to feel better about themselves. Okay. Confidence, whether it's putting on a two-piece bikini that they haven't been able to do for years, or whether it's a stubborn area of belly fat that just drives them crazy. They work out 7 days a week. They're on keto and they just cannot get that one area of belly fat that sucks. Or maybe it's somebody who's struggling to keep their skin tight. Maybe they're aging and they're not eating enough collagen and stuff like that, and so their skin is real saggy, right? What you want to do is encourage their dreams and let them know that, hey, I know where you are, right? And I see where you're at, right? And I know where you want to be, right? I know you want to feel more confident about yourself, so that you can look good in in front of your friends or in front of your husband or whatever it might be, right? You want to encourage their dreams, encourage them, right? So for me as a business owner, my dream is to have a cryo business, a cryo location in every major U.S. city that I enjoy visiting, right? So I just got back from Charleston, South Carolina. Loved it down there. My dream is to open up a location down there, right? I'm from Seattle, so I have a dream of putting a cryo location in Seattle and have a few other areas, right? That's my dream. So if somebody were to come to me and say, DaMarkus, that is awesome. Like, you want to do that? And I'm like, yeah, and when you start talking about that, I'm more prone to coming in and listening to what you have to say, because you're encouraging my dreams. I want to talk to you. And everybody loves to get their dreams encouraged. Okay. So that's the first step. Next step is you want to be able to justify their failures. Okay. You guys, what I'm teaching you here is you're going to be able to dominate your market when you can actually fully understand every single piece that goes into this. Okay. It's something that was taught to me by an 8-figure business owner, and he uses this exact thing in his videos. Every single video that he uses to attract more clients, this is what he does. Okay, so it's not me like just making this stuff up. It actually freaking works. Okay, so you want to be able to justify their failures. For example, maybe I'm a mom, right? And I've tried keto, right? Or I've tried cool sculpting, right? Or I've tried liposuction, or I've tried a mommy makeover or a tummy tuck. I've tried all these things, right? What you want to do is justify those failures, okay? When you're able to justify somebody's failures, you're letting them know that it's okay, right? It's not your fault that you've tried these things and they haven't worked. It's not your fault, right? You're just doing the things that you thought needed to be done in order to reach your goals or to have more confidence, right? So you want to justify it. Let them know that it's okay. Okay. When you can do just those two things, right? If you can imagine you're at a lunch date with somebody you've never met before. Okay. So let's go way back in the day when we used to sit down at lunch tables across from somebody who we liked, and we wanted to maybe get a phone number, right? So we can kind of tie it to this. We wanted the other person's phone number, guy or girl, okay? And it's very hard to do that without building some rapport up front, making them laugh, making them feel confident, making them feel heard or understood, okay? When you can effectively encourage someone's dreams and justify their failures, what you can do is effectively get on the same side as the table of them. There's no more reaching across asking for a phone number. You are effectively walking around the table, sitting down next to them, and you're saying, hey, my name is such and such, and I would like to get to know you more, right? And If you do that up front, it seems very awkward, right? If you just sit down and like, who are you? You're a stranger. I'm not going to talk to you. But when you can encourage their dreams and justify their failures, you remove that initial barrier to entry. Okay. It's all not making sense so far. If it's making sense, you guys do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know that you guys are hearing this and that it makes sense. And I'm going to open this up for questions, obviously, at the end, but I want to make sure that we get through this here in the next 10 minutes. But if it all makes sense and you guys are getting value from this, type a 1 in the chat. Next level stuff. Okay. You take this and just this alone, don't apply anything else in your business. You're going to grow 3x. Okay. This is powerful, powerful, powerful stuff. A high level sales training, corporate executives, they use this 1 sentence persuasion technique to teach their sales teams on how to sell more stuff, more products, more services. All right. So now that we've encouraged their dreams and now that we've justified their failures, now we want to allay their fears. Okay. So cool. You're on the same side of the table with me. Before I give you my phone number, what if you're a weirdo? What if you're a stalker? What if you're, somebody who is going to blow me up? I don't want that. Right. So what you have to do is to allay their fears. You have to let them know, like, hey, I know you've tried cool sculpting and it hurt, right? Or I know that you tried the keto diet and it sucked. You had cravings. Or hey, I know that you've tried going to the gym and your day is just filled with like sweaty clothes in the back of it, your gym bag, or you're working out, 3 hours out of the week, 5 hours out of the week, and you're just not getting the result that you want. I understand that, right? So you want to say, okay, great. I understand that is a fear of yours, but I want you to know that there is a better solution. Allay their fears. Let them understand, let them know that you understand how they feel, right? Fear is a feeling. And when you can get somebody to, when you can let somebody know that you understand their feelings, they're going to be, again, you're just removing the layers of the onion to get down to the core piece, right? Because once you get down to the core piece, you're going to be able to take them, right, gently and carefully, and be able to sell them anything that you have that you want ethically in your business to sell them. Okay, ethically. So you've allayed their fears. Okay, now you want to confirm their suspicions. Well, cool. Well, I understand that cool sculpting wasn't it. I tried it. Okay, great. I understand that that you could help me get to my dreams, all that good stuff. It doesn't hurt, right? Cryo body sculpting doesn't hurt. So you're letting me know that my fears of it hurting doesn't hurt. Or great. So you've tackled those 3 things. Now it's well, what about me? It may have worked for her or him or them, but what about me? Why will it work for me personally, right? So then you're starting to get into not external factors, but internal factors, right? You start to dig deep, right? And this is like you're almost to the core of the onion here. So you've pulled back 5, 6 layers here, and now you're asking and probing and poking probably questions people have never asked themselves before, right? So you start getting them to ask, like, will this work for me? Why, what is it about me that this will work for? Okay. And so that's when you start showing like case studies of countless people just like them who had the same stubborn areas of belly fat or the same, saggy skin underneath the arm. When you can take those suspicions and, did I spell that wrong? I definitely spelled that wrong. That is not how you spell suspicions. I'm sorry about that. Anyhow, I got sidetracked there. So when you can effectively confirm their suspicions, you are you're getting them to emotionally give you their heart, okay, at that point in time. Because when suspicions are something that you don't verbally typically say, right? So like, hey, I don't want to cross the street because I'm suspicious that a car may hit me. You don't verbally, say that when you're crossing the street. You may think it or feel it, but you don't say it. And so because people don't say it, it's not normal. And those feelings typically are just held within. So when you can get them to think about them and talk about them, you're opening up just so much trust and rapport. Okay. And then lastly, right, you want to be able to throw rocks at their enemies. Okay. So example would be, I understand that you've gone to the gym 5, 6, 7 times this year, and every single time that you've gone, you've stopped or you've quit or you've hit a plateau. I get it, right? You're a busy mom. I'm a busy mom. I'm a busy entrepreneur. I get it. The gym is so 2015. Hey, I get it. I tried the keto diet and it sucks because I go to bed with so many cravings and it's just like it like keeps me up all night, and then I'm just forced to get up and just go eat a peanut butter ball or something, right? So just throw as many rocks as you can at the things that they tried before and let them know that it's not their fault. Okay. Now, at this point in time, not only have you introduced yourself at the lunch table, asked for a phone or introduce yourself at the lunch table, walked over to the other side of the table, sat down, got to know this person. Now you can effectively ask for a phone number without it seeming awkward or pushy or salesy, right? We've all been to a car dealership, right? And we've stepped on the lot where, we're just looking, trying to see what we want. And we've all been in that situation where some random person just comes up and says, hey, like, what's your name? You want to test drive this, or like, you want to know sticker price? I'm like, no, dude, like, I'm just here to like look type of thing, or, look at things before I actually have a conversation with you. This is how you do that without it being that weird, awkward feeling conversation with somebody. Okay. So when you can effectively do, right, when you can encourage their dreams, justify their failures, allay their fears, confirm their suspicions, and throw rocks at their enemies, when you can do those 5 things, you can literally get anybody to buy what you are selling in your business. Okay. Some of you guys are my clients. And if you are, thank you so much for showing up. I love you guys so much. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. At some point in time before we decided to partner up, I went through this process with you probably on a strategy call or a phone call when we were getting to know you and your business and what your needs were, right? And so if you're like, damn, DaMarkus got me with this, probably, you know what I mean? Like, this is something, but it works. And obviously at the end of the day, what you want to, you have a product, right? My T-Shock is sitting right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, probably not, but you have a product here. You guys can see my wand. You have a machine that can absolutely change people's lives, their confidence, right? You can give them back a sense of self-confidence that they probably haven't had, in a long time, if ever, right? With what you're able to do with this machine. And because you believe in this, you are ethically able to use this and get them to buy more, because you can solve a real life problem for these people. It's just getting them to remove those onion layers that is causing them from, not want to move forward with the package or even a single session, right? Some people call in and just say, hey, like, tell me about this. And then we have our cryotechs and our front desk receptionists go through this process. All right, you guys. So I hope that makes sense. When we started implementing this, started teaching it to our cryotechs, again, we were able to go from about 1 to 2 packages sold a week or in a day to multiple in a day, right? It's how we went from $30,000 in a month to $91,000 a month in March in 2021, and how we've continued to see massive growth in our business. It's how we're able to open up multiple locations across the United States. It's by understanding that one sentence persuasion technique, on top of all the other things that we're going to open up and share as the week goes on. But to me, Kayla and I sat down and said, hey, this is, of the list of things that people want to know about, this is probably going to be the number one thing that allows them to scale quickly in 2022. All right. So with that being said, next steps, what I recommend you guys to do, right? Because just one thing for you guys to show up here, and I appreciate everyone's time. I really do. I really value that more than anything else, that you guys are showing up here live and, spending your time, which is an asset, with me. And I want to give away as much value as I possibly can. Okay. So next steps, what I would do if I were you would be to call up a good client of yours. Maybe it's a friend, a relative, or somebody who you really trust, and you want to go through this process with them so you can get comfortable implementing this one sentence persuasion technique. Okay. It's not going to be easy in the beginning, but the more you do it, the easier it's going to be. And it's just going to become muscle memory as you go through your consultations with your clients. Right. So ask somebody, how are their post treatments going? How are you feeling? What is it like? Are you where you wanted to be? Right. You want to give some encouragement, obviously, because you want to encourage their dreams. Justify anything that hasn't worked. Maybe they fell off because of the New Year's, or they had a death in the family, or they had a newborn kid, or something happened. Maybe you just want to justify whatever's bothering them, keeping them from getting to where they want to go. You want to introduce your product or service with a soft introduction. You don't want to say, okay, great. You fell off, try this, or like do this because I said so, it's going to work. Right. Don't do that. Like, hey, yeah, no, yeah. Like, a lot of our clients are actually in that kind of same position. And a lot of them have just given this a shot. Right. And then you want to talk about what their concerns are. Right. And then lay them, like, get rid of them. Right. Their concerns, like, hey, I won't be able to keep up with this. Actually, you can't really have to come in once every other week. Not only that, we can actually send you appointment reminders or automated emails to remind you to come into your appointments. It's easy. It's less than an hour of your time, and it's going to be able to get you to where you want to go, which is point B from where they are, point A. Okay. Next, talk about any suspicions, right? Get to know that person. Say, hey, like, why didn't you? One of my coaches said he was able to 10x his business by just calling clients in the past who did not, buy more of his services and say, hey, why didn't you? Right? Like, was it something about the program? Was it something about I said or did? Like, what is it that is causing you not to buy a package or to move forward with the 10-pack or a mommy makeover, whatever it is? Okay. Get to know that person and collect that data. And then obviously you want to throw some rocks at whatever they tried in the past. Let them know that you're with them, you hear them, you're going to lock arms with them and be able to get them to where they want to go. And then make them a sweet offer with an irresistible guarantee that they're going to feel silly saying no to. Okay. And that's what tomorrow's training is going to be about, is how to create offers that people feel silly saying no to. And Kayla's going to take that over. She's also going to introduce to you guys how she was able to scale her business by bringing on the right people in our business, people who we trust, who are just awesome, and how we do it, and how we pay them, all that good stuff. The questions she asked up front, that's all tomorrow. Okay. So that is what I have. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you guys got some value out of that. I love doing this. This is awesome. I'm glad to see everyone's faces, some new faces, some old faces. Do you guys have any questions? I'll take about 2 or 3 questions because we're already 2 minutes past where we wanted to go here.
That's good. They have advanced techniques.
No questions? You guys are telling me I did that good of a job. There was no questions. Yes. What's up? Ask it.
You gotta ask.
I want to ask him.
Hey, Gina, how you doing?
Oh, hey.
Ooh. Mitch, do me a favor. Go ahead and make me the host, please.
No,
Give me 1 second, Gina. Okay. Everyone say hi to Gina. Hey, Gina, nice to meet you. That's how you say it, right?
We had a question. I can't talk like this.
You know what? It may be, do you have your phone next to you, or 2 devices that are on the same?
Can you leave?
It could be because you're logged into the Zoom on 2
better?
different devices.
Yeah.
Yes, much better.
Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Did you mute it? Never mind. I
you
lost you
can't-
guys.
But you can't hear me. No worries. Gina, if you can hear me, ask your question in the chat and we'll go ahead and get it answered. We'll go to move to the next person. Jesse, Carrie, I heard you guys talking. Do you guys have any questions?
Are we unmuted now? Can you hear
Yes,
us?
you are. Yes, sir.
We've just been wondering about the advanced cryo techniques that you've been talking about. We just haven't really got any specifics on that, or.
Yeah, great question, Jesse. So are you in the group?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the advanced techniques are something that we have pre-recorded over the last 5 months, head to toe, right? Every single body part that you could think of, head to toe. We recorded it. We brought in a professional videographer, recorded it. It's going through editing right now, and it's being uploaded into an online content portal. Okay. That is about 99% of the way done. There's a few more edits on the last module that we need to do. But as soon as that is ready, I'm thinking here probably in the next week or so, we're going to be able to get that to you guys. Okay.
Okay, cool. Can you talk a little bit about what kind of results you can get, like that you've seen?
Yeah, that's obviously Kayla's forte. I'm not a crowd tech. I don't claim to be one.
Right.
But she's able to get 1 to 3 inches on most people every single session. And when you can get those kind of results, mixed, so obviously getting the results is one way to grow your business. You got to know how to sell it. You got to know how to bring new people in, right? So when you can get those kind of results, people are going to.
It's really big.
They want more, right? It's super easy to get people to buy packages when you get those kind of results. So yeah, it is coming soon, and that is what the majority of this online training will be about, is how to get advanced techniques. It's just we are just like this close away from being able to launch it. So we're giving away a mini 3-day series to kind of get you guys some more value, so you guys can start making money like today. Using, like, if you implement this today, you're gonna have 3 extra business. I promise you guys. Call up a client, say, hey, like, walk them through that 1-sentence persuasion technique, find out where they are, start implementing those things today on your very next client, and you're gonna be able to sell packages pretty easily. Even the people who've bought before, who are on the fence about buying again, you can use this technique with them as well. So
yeah,
great question.
Good.
Anybody else? Don't be shy. Mervet, I see you're there. You are brand new to this industry. You guys, when I say brand new, she just opened her business like 30 days ago. Have a brand new.
Yes.
Very, very brand new. Walk us through. Hey, nice to see you, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going to talk while I'm walking to my car because I have a 5 o'clock appointment and I have a long drive. So I hope you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome.
Do you have any questions about anything that you just went over?
Beautiful. I love the material. It's always nice to learn something new, and we never stop learning. So thank you for doing this.
Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, I'm wins on month 1, and I can't wait to see what I'm gonna do in January.
That's awesome. So this is kind of like the perfect opportunity. I mean, this content that you're hearing right now would be perfect. Yes. I mean, I don't know if this 5 o'clock appointment is a new client or not, but walk them through this process that we just went through.
So it's, yeah, I mean, yeah, I
think we lost you.
Parts in your training, but I also, and the guarantee part too. So far, I mean, the results speak for itself, but every once in a while you get a client who doesn't get the results that they have in mind, or you had in mind. I had one client who still lost a 1/4 inch, but they walk in and they expect more, and it bothered me because I've seen 1 inch and 1.5 inches in one session. So yeah. I mean, my last conversation with them last week is, I mean, yes, I do this for the money, but I do not put money before people. So I'll do what it takes for you to see the results you came in here for. I want everybody who walks in here to leave feeling better. And he was like, okay. I mean, he came today. I'm doing to do his under chin, double chin. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the results will not always be consistent. Hopefully we'll learn Kayla's technique and make them more consistent, but there's always a way to gain that trust.
Absolutely.
As far as the first meeting with the lead, uh, I mean, I apply some of the things you covered, you know, just listen to them and empathize, and just an honest conversation what the expectations are, and make them very clear on the part they play too. You know, one of the things I say, it's like, this is a team effort. um, the machine, this is science, the machine will destroy the fat cells, but if you don't do your part, it's like sweeping this room. If I sweep it and leave the trash in the room, it's like I did nothing. You have to do your part to get it out of your system. But yeah, the honesty, so when they, I mean, the honesty, with the expectations, empathy, and the guarantee of your work. Just assure them that I'm not here to take your money and just leave you on your own. That's been my strategy, and I'm hoping to learn a little bit more from you.
Yeah, we'll share with you guys on Thursday or Wednesday, I'm sorry, the guarantee that we've put in place. And we are very happy that we put it in place, because when you can put a guarantee out there after walking somebody through that process we just went through, and then make them an offer with the guarantee, you feel silly saying no to whatever I'm offering you. It's like, yeah, that makes logical sense. Emotionally, we're,
You just prompted me to ask you a question, actually, if you don't mind. I just want to see if that was, if I just wanted to see if that was the right approach or not. That the same client I told you, he only lost a quarter inch. I told him that sometimes the loss happens in the 14 days following the treatment, in between treatments. And I said, in 14 days, when you come back for your next session, if we don't see a significant change, your next treatment is on me.
Yeah, I mean, that's, it's not ill-advised, especially if you are able to get good results. Now, if you're not getting good results, you're gonna probably taint your business is gonna go south pretty quickly if you're giving away free sessions all the time. But if somebody who, if you're saying like, hey, 9 out of 10 people who come into my spa, I can get at least a half an inch or an inch off, and this one person, maybe it was their body temp was too high before coming in, and you weren't actually able to get their body to drop to a certain, obviously, coldness, then it's a one-off situation. And yeah, I think that's okay to probably say, hey, 14 days, if you haven't lost an inch, we'll go ahead and throw an extra session. What I would have done, now that I'm thinking about it, Mervet, that it takes more than one session to get optimal results, right?
Right. Yes.
Right. So we're always trying to at least offer a 5-pack, because that's where they can get the most results. Obviously, the more they do it, the better results they get. So I would have done something like, hey, one session, it's not going to do it, buddy. Like, we typically get 1 to 3 inches off, but for whatever reason, this one session did not work. What I want to do is get you on a plan, a 5-session plan, so that we can have you show up every 2 weeks, right? Track your journey, follow a post-care instructions. And if after those 5 treatments, you don't feel like we've got you to your goal, whatever that goal is, right? You want to understand, you want to encourage their dreams, right? If it's, the double chin, like if they want to get rid of that after 5 sessions, if we haven't made some significant progress to getting rid of that double chin, then that's when I would have offered that free treatment. Right. Yeah. And then, continue to work on him until he got, his end result. Right. Because the kind of results you can get with this machine. You're not going to be able to, turn everybody from a 350-pound person into a 90-pound person. But there are people out there who you can absolutely help. Right. And so, yeah, like you said, being open and honest and having clear expectations with your clients up front is going to be huge when selling more and more packages. So thank you so much, Merva. I appreciate that. I think a lot of people got a lot out of that. So you guys, tomorrow we're going to do the same thing, same time, but you guys get the infamous Kayla. She's going to show up. She's going to try and over deliver. She's going to come with a lot of content. So, show up on time, bring a pen and piece of paper. It's going to be amazing. She's obviously really good at what she does. And I'm really good at what I do with the sales and marketing. But when it comes to the actual operations, which I think is what you guys are here for, she's next level. Okay, so show up on time, 3:30 tomorrow, same time, same place. And if you guys want to catch this on replay, again, I'll drop a link to the replay inside the Facebook group. That'll be available for 72 hours. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you,
Again, I
DaMarkus.
appreciate your time. You're welcome. You're welcome. If
Thank
you guys
you.
could do me a favor, you're welcome. If you guys can do me one small favor, I don't ask much. Can you guys go into the Facebook group and just like drop in there what was your biggest takeaway from this call? If you guys can do that for me, that'll allow me and my team and Mitch and everybody to get some feedback so that we can continue to make this even better for you guys. Okay.
Awesome. We'll do.
Sound good?
Thank you.
Perfect. You're welcome. Thank you so much. And I'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a great night. Stay safe and God bless you guys.
Same to you.
Bye-bye.